Ebusianfo my mom akwaba eba Ghana Sem TV GH. Mesra or like, comment, subscribe, turn your notification also so that anytime you post a video, be say we are some
Ghana for my uncle video, you never remember Hong Kong as Ghanaians.
Munafiki, mutum banzani, mon kanu krenkrebophobia no amowi Prɛko. Wona wo yere. Obekona toothpick kutomo ofie no omde wo Prɛko ma. Ayeso omo pick cheese. Obekona Samira te ha. Na Bawumia te ha. Na omachi Prɛko pa omachi. Na omde toothpick wom. Ogoto Bawumia na wa na no wi se check Norris na odi wo Prɛko kotodwa. Ayeso abodam. Mo wi Prɛko no wan gusu wi na be ye nkremofo ye jiminti ena Samira me hu video bi o TikTok okọ nkremofo eyi state house so okoye sala obutu okwa no ntumi mutuo onya sorry wey mu munafiki alternate because there's a way you need to sit to pray ntumi pontnase you could see that she was struggling to even sit me I watch things so and I'm just a girl way ehwe nkremofo ma na to hwe nsam so wey munafiki wey onya sorry Samira nya sorry onfa ne mama mbo ohunu hu se oya bigger than nkremosom I Mrs. Lafia, Miss Lafia lo, Osra no nam, no aje bag no di twankofu ani so, Miss Alafia lo, onya sorry wo fio, and okobutu o hu si biampo ontena se. Inkremoni papa oya asori otena se no atena se, na o sen start ba. Samira Bawumia ntumi ntena se se ne draws atio, avena o chiachia no me se wey. Oni ni kru wi Prɛko, omo wine guso MPP fo ejimi. Sa no mo ka no fie. Omo wi Prɛko yi omo sim obekona toothpick omo mi no target Prɛko Bawumia Prɛko ha no pe Prɛko ha ne ha Prɛko ha ope bebia emre no eho no ode wo na wate akire sa ai
Right. You see, the whole time I was watching this video, I was trying to figure out one single problem of ours as a country that this whole expose revelation that he is so passionate about will fix currently. And I mean the problems we are facing currently and the problems that have been facing the country time immemorial. And I've given every Ghanaian an assignment. You see, this guy kind of politics, a lot of people have opinions about it, judgment over it. Some group of Ghanaians feel like he deserves to be responded to, he deserves to be handled at the same level that he is handling, the family of Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, especially him and the wife. But I've come to realize that as Ghanaians, we need to learn how to handle our own selves as long as politics and governance is concerned. Why did I say that? The reason why a grown-up like him would wake up, sit in the United States, and feel that this is a political message for Ghana is because he probably have a strong hold of the things that we as a Ghanaian people love, want to see, love to engage ourselves in, love to be identified with. It's because probably he has a strong hold on what majority of us Ghanaians youths are interested in when it comes to governance and leadership. And I think the more this guy speaks, the more as a serious, ambitious Ghanaian, you realize the work that as a people we need to do for our own selves. I say, Obia, one who say, billionaire bia batam. Emba bebre wɔ hɔ. Na wahu sɛ umom na apɛ hookups. Nti me befrɛ wo sɛ billionaire bi abatan wo pe company obeye hookup na wakwakoye. The number one question you should be asking yourself is, why me? Why does this person think that I wear the face of doing hookup and they are calling me that if I'm interested, I should go? And when it comes to this guy way of politics, I think it is that time that we as the youth of Ghana begin to ask ourselves that, why us? Why won't Kevin Taylor on his camera and direct it on the president in the country that his kids are citizens to? Why won't he be telling them this kind of messages? As long as governance and politics is concerned. Why won't Kevin Taylor on his live and begin to tell Americans where his kids are citizens to and will never want to identify themselves as Ghanaians because of they even
Ebusianfo baby bia wo Ghana ha bia. Se wope photographers omunim juma. Ebano editing, omutwa pictures, omu cameras, akesi, lenses akesi, omu drones, ni bibia ope bia no. A touch of the way photography for. Omu naba was screen so esa wo contact omu say a wedding, funeral, birthday party. And I say asasi bimpo na wo na ope say wo hian drone video, ni drone pictures of asasina. But modern say wa contact touch of the way photography. Bebia upe se omu ye juma no ma o Ghana ha bebia no. Omu ye claro na omu ya ma and omu ye very 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 affordable so upe so ye birthday photo shoot. Mo manoni person surprise you be with a birthday photo shooter. Very important. But modern say only touch of the way photography for wedding komo. And they catch you say Ghana Sem TVGH4 and I recommend it. Once when I say Ghana Sem TVGH4 and I recommend you mupe. When you have the special discount. Ebusian for ubetimi aboye your production na ye. As time is passing, your studio kind of saying vision ewo scanning ni ho. And then also equipment in your bebre. You might be say be more and all those things. One and bet me a boy. A political platform and a pro MPP political platform. And can scan one I pay and can wait make I say neutrals. And news no bar na NDC MPP news a cow be a car drink a cake. But you see a person MPP wa buy more. And no now managing me coining. So we dedicate ourselves to MPP. And no po obi ama ye one Ghana crop MPP no. And there ye Debbie. And sometimes we compare advertisers. I'm say Debbie. If say be adverts wo mo ho I say MPP for. And this for say Juma ma and to me. And you hear your support to keep this work going. That is why the number is right here on the screen. And Phyllis said, we have no work into your pocket. So what you have is what you can give us. And people do so beautifully. Kofobi kura mu ni bi kura mu frɛ ɛde ka den ɛhyɛ yɛn kran. Is that the right tree there? He said yeah. Fanche me wa me tree nhyɛ da nyɛ saa. But please help us. Help Ghana Sem.
The messages, the political messaging alone, Kevin Taylor feed our Ghanaian youth with, has discredited the country so much that his own kids will never want to be identified with such a country. Why don't we ask ourselves, why does this guy think that we deserve this kind of politics? We deserve this kind of political messages. What does he take us for? Gone are the days where we actually sit and we say, our leaders are the problem. Our leaders are the problem. No. even as the Ghanaian people, we have a lot to work in us. We have a duty to set our priority right. We have a duty to set our expectations in leadership right. If we do that, it won't take any of the people she's attacking to come and tell us true or false. The questions we will be asking him is, how does this solve our problem? How does this fix people on street crying out daily that they have gone 15, 16, 17 months without salary? How does this fix our poor cocoa farmers crying out and cursing and breaking X upon X, demanding for money they labored so hard in the sun for? How does this fix the fact that hospitals that are meant for, nurses and other administrative, graduates to go into and work, they are shut down? And people are giving only 6,200 clearance. How does this expose fix these things? How does this expose solve our unemployment problems? And I think that if we go that tangent, anybody that wants to advise us as long as leadership is concerned would at least give us messages that matter to our life and our being. Give us messages that will transform us. Give us political messaging that will significantly impact in our lives at the end of the day. It's pathetic, and I'm very emotional at this moment. This guy, most of you watch, his kids will never be identified, will never go to any airport and show Ghana passport. No. They are all American citizens. His wife will not even permit it. But look, we have Ghanaian youth that cheer him on, that support him, that wake up and he is their daily prayers. And these are the messages he keep giving to us. He keep bringing to us. How does this expose solve dooms or crisis? I'm asking. How does this expose solve any of our problems, historical, current affairs, or future? How does it solve it? Like, that is just what I want the people that, support some of these political agents. I just want you people to explain to us. We cannot expect better from leadership if it is this of a joke. We cannot say as a Ghanaian people, we actually want better. We know what we want. If we constantly cheer a guy like this one up. And that's the reality. When I say late millennials and late, in fact, middle millennials have failed Gen Z and Alpha Gen Zs, he is one of them. They are selfish. They have been selfish to understand that late Alpha Gen Zs are sacrificial lambs to them. They mislead you. They have practically failed in genuine way of building wealth to understand that this is the easy way out for them. Let me confuse the minds of young Ghanaians. Let me divert their focus. Let me give them what will not matter as far as their dreams, their future is concerned. Let me engage their minds in things that will make them waste years of productivity. And that is what Kevin Taylor is doing to Ghanaians. He has secured the best environment for his kids and using Ghana to create daily bread for himself. And it's so sad that a lot of us are so blind to this. You want better? And somebody you follow to give you a message of the field that matters to you being better, politics and governance. The message the person is bringing you is that somebody eats pork. Somebody cannot sit well and pray. Somebody is a minafiki. Somebody, as a serious Ghanaian, you actually sit your ass down, go through a couple of videos of Kevin Taylor and just try to relate it to your own life goals, the things you write on your book or you have in your mind that you want to realize them, you want them to come through. How does any of the things he attack people, he insult people about, he just disrespects people. Ask yourself, how does any of these solve your issue? How does it solve the fact that you buy a car from America and it gets into the port and the price of that car is more than how much you bought the car? How does it solve it? And then he is insulting a leader that got wisdom enough to want to open a factory that these companies that produce cars can actually come here and establish themselves so that these problems will be solved. He's insulting the person. And the insult is the person eats pork. The person cannot kneel down and pray. Look at how pathetic we are. And we have millions of Ghanaians without a job that will be in the comment section liking, calling him sensible, calling him the honest person, calling him the most honest Ghanaian voice, calling him oh my goodness. What a shame of a time to be a Ghanaian. What a big shame of a time to be a Ghanaian. Oh God. As everything these people campaign to us about us is true. It's true. They are getting hailed by betters, while productive Ghanaians that actually went to school to gain knowledge and are just looking for an opportunity to make that knowledge impact in the society are crying on the street for their salaries. We are joking. And if you ask me, our problem is no more leadership. Our problem is more of us, the Ghanaian people. What do we want? Where does our energy go to? What are the things that matter to us? Where do we spend our daily, in fact, time on? What do we spend most of our time on? Because Kevin Taylor is not liked by Americans. He's hailed by Ghanaians. The Ghanaians that say no job. The Ghanaians that say our roads are bad. The Ghanaians that say things are expensive. How does it fix it? The Ghanaians that say we don't have job. He's insulting a man that brought ideas of drones that gave people employment. He's insulting a man that brought ideas on board, and it has strengthened and tightened our security, confirmed by Minister of Interior. He's insulting, blatantly disrespecting a man that made our life a bit easier, like that of the life he has. Mobile money interoperability. Those are the lifestyle that made where he sits and insult this type of leaders worthy, bearable, and easy, as they will call it. But he sits and on his camera, and the message he think will be so good for Ghanaian youth is that he come and tell us that Asimasi and so eat pork. The very person that told us that same Quran that our Muslim brothers carry on top of their head, some people use it as toilet paper. Today wants us to take a message that somebody that pray with the same Quran he said people use for toilet paper is eating pork. Ask yourself, as an honest Ghanaian person, how does this concern you? How does it add up to your life? How does it solve the fact that you graduate from school and you cannot get a place to go and work? We have to get to a point where we ourselves as ordinary citizens know very well that we have been backward with our expectations, our political energies, political expectations, political worthiness. Like, you should be politically worthy for somebody not to sit down and feel like when it comes to a sector that determines 70% of how your life is going to live, you're going to live your life, should also be a joke, a thing for skit, and should get your attention. And that is us not giving people like him the attention that he wants.
Our country,
as Ghanaian
but
people,
pretend to love it. Who stuck out? Somebody who hates our country, but pretend to love it. Whose stock is just to malign innocent persons with lies, and he tells the lies with so much confidence that people, some gullible people, tend to believe him. Everything that I'm going to say, I swear by the God that created me, that I'm saying what I know is the truth, not because I want to entertain someone like Calvin Taylor, but because of the innocent 1,001 gullible people across the globe who are finding it very difficult to read between the thin line to know who is speaking the truth and who is lying. let me start by saying that I'm not a fan of him. I don't listen to him. I hardly get time to listen to him. But unfortunately, his last few episodes seem to consistently mention me, and people draw my attention. And a lot of people, well-meaning Ghanaians, don't respond to him.
Did you hear that? Well-meaning Ghanaians do not respond to him. So ask yourself, as a Ghanaian that is a constant fan of this demonic way, an irresponsible way of political messaging, are you a well-meaning Ghanaian? Thank you. It's long, but definitely worth it.